You want an SUV that refuses to behave like one? Meet the 2025 Ferrari Purosangue. Imagine a car that greets you with a V12's roar, carries 4 adults in racing-grade comfort, and still hustles like a supercar when the road opens up. That contradiction is the whole point. Ferrari built the Purosangue to be the most uncompromisingly Ferrari 4-door yet, equal parts exotic thoroughbred and usable daily driver. Under the long, sculpted hood sits a naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12, a mechanical love letter to analog performance. Depending on specification and tuning, it's reported to make roughly in the 715 to 725 horsepower range, which is why this family car blasts to 62 miles per hour in about 3.3 seconds and keeps climbing toward a top speed near 192 miles per hour. That engine is coupled to an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission and Ferrari's all-wheel drive architecture, calibrated to preserve razor-sharp handling while lending traction in less than perfect conditions. If you want a luxury SUV that behaves like a mid-engine GT on a canyon road, the Purosangue is Ferrari's answer. The price keeps things exclusive. Expect a starting sticker in the low to mid $400,000s. Different outlets list the entry MSRP around $428,000 to $434,000, and once you start picking personalization, carbon packs, and optional tech, the build sheet climbs fast, which is partly the point. Ferrari's clients rarely stop at base. For context, that pricing positions the Purosangue well above most performance SUVs, reflecting its bespoke engineering and the handcrafted nature of its interior. Inside, Ferrari flips the script on what an SUV cabin can be. The Purosangue treats occupants to 4 true individual seats, bucket style in many trims, and a cockpit-oriented driver display with an additional screen for the front passenger, so both driver and companion can interact with navigation, media, and vehicle dynamics independently. The materials are supercar grade, Alcantara and leather surfaces, generous carbon fiber trim, and customization options that let buyers pick bespoke leathers, contrast stitching, and even unique exterior paintwork. Practicality isn't ignored either. Cargo space is modest but usable, roughly mid-teens cubic feet, so you can actually pack weekend bags without betraying the car's sporting intentions. Tech and driver aids are modern without smothering the experience. Expect adaptive cruise, advanced stability and traction systems tuned by Ferrari, multiple drive modes that dial engine, transmission, and suspension behavior, and optional niceties like electrochromic glass roofs and massaging seats. Ferrari also brought its model-specific suspension calibrations and steering feel to the Purosangue, so it doesn't drive like a bloated SUV, it drives like a Ferrari with a higher seating position. On the road, the personality is unmistakable. Around town, the car can be civilized, the adaptive systems smooth imperfections, but give it space and the V12 wakes up. Immediate throttle response, a free revving upper range, and an oral character you won't get from a turbocharged unit. Where rivals chase down pamphlet numbers with hybrid assistance or turbochargers, Ferrari's choice to keep the Purosangue naturally aspirated makes the experience distinct, visceral, linear power delivery, and a soundtrack that's part orchestra, part announcement. The flip side is fuel economy and emissions that aren't forgiving, but buyers in this segment usually accept the trade-off for the visceral payoff. Handling is perhaps the most surprising pillar of the Purosangue. Thanks to careful weight distribution, a rearward set V12, and a chassis tuned for dynamic balance, the car can be hustled with surprising confidence. Turn-in is purposeful, body control is sharp for a 4-door, and Ferrari's traction systems keep the power usable without turning the SUV into a nervous handful. That driving competence is what allows the Purosangue to bridge the gap between exotic and everyday. It's an expensive Swiss Army knife, but one that prefers corner carving to grocery runs. Ownership notes. Production is deliberately limited compared with mainstream SUVs, and resale dynamics can be quirky. Some markets have had restrictions and unusually high demand that affect availability and pricing. If you're shopping one, expect a premium and the likelihood that personalization and dealer markup will push the final tally well beyond the base MSRP. Servicing a Ferrari also costs more than a typical luxury crossover, and the V12 demands care and attention. So who is the Purosangue for? It's for the buyer who wants a functional 4-door without surrendering the drama of a proper Ferrari. It's for families who also crave weekend track days, for collectors who want a rare Ferrari that actually carries people, and for enthusiasts who refuse to accept that practicality must mean compromise. If you prize exclusivity, analog engine character, and exotic design, the Purosangue delivers where other SUVs only imitate. If you enjoyed that deep dive and want more car profiles like this, from rare Ferraris to sleeper daily drivers, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss when I break down the next automotive oddity. Now, whether you're dreaming of leather and V12 howl or just window shopping, the Purosangue is proof that Ferrari can build a family car and still keep its soul intact.